Late one night, a woman is home alone sleeping with her daughter when she would be suddenly awoken by something in her home.
My daughter's sleeping with me in my bed tonight. She kept saying that she was really scared of something in her room. I'm a little bit shaky. I don't know if you guys can tell, but
A woman would be home alone with her daughter. However, the woman explains that in the middle of the night, her daughter asked her to sleep with her after she saw something strange in her room. The woman would then start recording after she was suddenly awoken by a strange noise coming from somewhere in her home. The woman is clearly spooked as she records the hallway leading into her bedroom. However, as she watches the hallway, a siren from a toy truck suddenly starts playing. The woman then gets up to investigate, and what she would capture next is eerie.
so this is the same toy that used to go off in the past. And it's always terrified me since. So I would ask it questions and it would answer with noises.
The woman slowly gets closer to the noise coming from the toy truck, and she finds herself in her living room where the toy truck is placed on a table with a pile of various toys. The toy truck continues to play sounds on its own as the woman slowly approaches the toy and turns it off. The woman then explains that this specific toy truck would suddenly start playing on its own in the past, and it would seemingly respond with noises to questions that she would ask it. However, shortly after turning off the toy truck, the woman backs away from the pile of toys, when suddenly, one of the fingers on a toy hand would slowly move on its own, pointing up towards the woman, leaving us and the woman to wonder, has she captured proof that there may be a sinister entity residing inside her home?
So this is the same toy that used to go off in the past. And it's always terrified me since. So I would ask it questions and it would answer with noises.
Late one night, a man is home alone watching TV, when suddenly, something makes itself known.
On live right now because that's why. Hello. Hello. Is anyone there? What the fuck? What the fuck? Who is out? Oh my god. Oh my goodness, what the fuck? Hello, who is there? Oh my goodness, please stop. What the fuck? Please stop. Please stop. This is my house. Leave. Leave. This is my house. You're not allowed here. Leave. Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh my goodness.
The man is home alone enjoying some late night TV. However, the man explains that he would start recording after hearing a noise coming from somewhere in his home. Clearly shaken, the man tries to explain what he heard before he started recording, but is suddenly cut off by the sound of movement coming from a nearby room. The man gets up and asks if anyone is there, when he is cut off once again, this time by a cabinet door in his kitchen opening and slamming shut on its own, followed by a piece of silverware falling off the kitchen counter. The man attempts to get closer to his kitchen, but is interrupted by more movement coming from the kitchen and cabinet doors opening and slamming shut on their own. However, the noises would then suddenly stop and the man would take this opportunity to get a closer look at the kitchen. It would seem like whatever was causing the chaos has retreated into a different area of the house, as a loud thud can be heard coming from the upper floor as the man looks around the kitchen. However, after calling out once again to whoever is there, a cabinet door suddenly opens and slams shut once again, and the man quickly backs away into his room.
Hello. Oh my goodness.
However, things would only get worse, as what the man would capture next is even more terrifying.
What the fuck?
After backing away into his room, the man records the kitchen from a distance and the noises have suddenly come to a stop once again. However, a dark silhouette suddenly appears from inside the kitchen and slowly peeks its head into his room. The man sees this and zooms in on the figure, and the figure then disappears from behind the wall. This figure would appear once again as the man would start recording shortly after the strange noises would start up again.
The fuck?
This time the man is in a different room in his house. However, we can hear what sounds like thuds and loud footsteps coming from somewhere near the room he is in. The man goes to investigate and slowly approaches a dark hallway outside his room. As he goes to peer out into the hallway, the dark silhouette from before suddenly appears once again and peers into the room. Spooked, the man backs away and the footage would end, leaving us and the man to wonder, has he captured paranormal activity taking place in his home? And could this activity be coming from a poltergeist?
Hello? Who is there? Oh my goodness, please stop. What the fuck? Please stop. Please stop. This is my house. Leave. Leave. This is my house. You're not allowed here. Leave.
Late one night, a man is exploring an old abandoned house in the middle of nowhere, when suddenly, he would capture something terrifying.
Looks like all the windows have been boarded up, especially the door out. You've got to be fucking shitting me. Okay, the thing is, I was coming here to do a stupid fucking video. I don't actually want to fucking die. I might have just been a fucking raccoon or something. I don't know. Maybe a fucking raccoon. There's this big, heavy motherfucker on here. So if it was gonna fall. I think it would have fucking fallen a long time ago. I don't know if there's someone fucking here or not, and I don't want to end up in a fucking basement. I don't want to end up in a fucking basement, dude. Oh, shit.
A user on the r/ghost subreddit would upload footage from an exploration they did of an old abandoned farmhouse in the middle of the night. The footage starts with the man exploring one of the rooms in the lower floor of the building. However, as the man explains the condition of the farmhouse, he is suddenly cut off by loud footsteps coming from a floor directly above the man.
The door out. You've got to be fucking shitting me.
Spooked, the man quietly exits the room and listens for any more sounds, but is left with nothing. He explains that there could be someone else living in this abandoned farmhouse. However, he also gives an explanation to this footage that gives us more chilling details. Still don't know what this was, and I was by myself checking this old farmhouse out late at night. The owner died in the house 30 years prior from what locals told me. The house was falling in on itself and you could see the floors caving in. I don't think it was actually a ghost, but someone else was there. The stairs to the basement and second floor were gone. The house was completely overgrown with trees and brush that it even took me a while to get to an open door. I've been to a lot of abandoned places, but this one takes the cake. Leaving us and the man to wonder, has he captured the spirit of the owner still lingering? This farmhouse.
Looks like all the windows have been boarded up, especially the door out.
A man had bought a Bible from a thrift shop. However, when he took it home to read it, something bizarre was captured. A man would buy a Bible from a thrift shop. However, when he would bring it home with him to start studying and reading it, he would find himself recording the Bible placed on a desk in a room as something bizarre started happening. As the Bible sits on the desk opened, the pages start turning on their own. This bizarre occurrence could be explained by something like a fan blowing air in the room, causing the pages to turn. However, in the video, the pages can be seen rapidly turning momentarily only to then suddenly stop. These strange occurrences would only continue as the man would start recording once again after noticing something in the room, watching him. The man would be in a different room in his house when he would notice something strange out of the corner of his eye. He starts recording and pans the camera over to the area in which he thought he saw something. The man suddenly backs away as he sees what looks like a dark silhouette peeking its head from behind a wall. The man slowly approaches the figure and we can see what looks like long black hair. However, when the man goes to get a closer look, the dark figure suddenly vanishes from sight, leaving us and the man to wonder, was there something attached to the Bible he bought from the thrift store that is now haunting his home? Before we move on to our last frightening clip, make sure you are subscribed so you can stay in the loop for the latest frightening findings. And while you're at it, give that like button a spook and check out some other scary videos I showcase on this channel. Now, let's continue. Late one night, a security guard working the night shift would capture something bizarre appear on one of the cameras.
Morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
And it stopped like at 4:30. When like the sun was coming up. I didn't see it no more after that. Look, disappears. That's crazy. Right on the camera too. Yeah, because I was just chilling and I was just looking at it. I was like, what the hell?
A user on the r/paranormal videos subreddit would upload footage of a recording they took while working the night shift. In the footage, the security guard is recording one of the cameras as an orb-like light suddenly appears in one of the cameras and slowly drifts across the screen and vanishes into thin air. This bizarre light could simply be a curious insect moving across the camera lens. However, the OP gives more chilling context to the footage. I used to work swing shift for a security company. My job site was a science company's giant compass up in the hills. I'd get off at midnight, but one night I covered the graveyard shift for my coworker who called in sick. The job was easy. I'd just sit and watch the cameras and patrol every hour in either the company golf cart or by foot. Since I was working a double shift, I was exhausted and was struggling to stay awake until I spotted something on the camera at about 4 a.m. I thought it could have been a fly, moth, or spiderweb, but those wouldn't just vanish like this thing did, and they wouldn't reappear or cast a shadow. At least I'm pretty sure they wouldn't. See for yourself. Leaving us in the LP to wonder, what exactly have they captured moving around in the middle of the night? Alright, that's all the frightening clips I have for now. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment if you got frightened. And while you're at it, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give the like button a frightening experience. Thank you for all of your support, and check out some more of the frightening findings I come across here in this channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!